Hi, this is Britgeek. My real name is Adam, actually, and we are here for FrightFest. This is day 2. We're just about to begin. I'm with Doc Karen.
Hello there, hi.
And yeah, day 2 about to begin. Last night was the opening night. 3 films played. Special guests everywhere. And I believe there's 150 guests, over 150 guests this year.
Amount.
Yeah, biggest turn up yet on special guests. And last night saw the world premiere of The Seasoning House, which was the opening film. The directorial debut of Paul Hyatt, who is a special effects artist. He's done things like The Woman in Black, last year's version, all of Neil Marshall's movies, Unknown with Liam Neeson, and that movie stars Rosie Day and Jenna Powell and Sean Pertwee as well. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see that because we were doing other things, which is annoying. But it's very busy, FrightFest. It's non-stop for 5 days, so we're trying to be in everywhere at once, which is not always possible, obviously.
But we are often in the kind of lobby foyer area, so if you're around, come and see us, please. It'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Come see us and chat movies, chat FrightFest and your experience. And we'll be flitting around the place with this camera, this very camera, as well. So if you want to give your thoughts on the films as well, and fancy seeing yourself up on Ain't It Cool, then by all means do. And yeah, come chat to us. What else was on last night? Cockneys vs Zombies, another UK premiere.
I saw that. Interesting one. Some of the sight gags are brilliant. Seriously, I laughed until I was crying. I mean, the guy next to me must have thought I was cracked. I am cracked, but hey. But it's seriously brilliant. There's also some actually really good sad bits. Again, I was in tears, which is slightly odd, but the only thing that lets it down is 2 things really. One, it gets a little bit repetitive, and the second, you have good actors, you have bad actors, and they have 1 or 2 actors who, quite frankly, you want to put to a very, very quick death. Because the line delivery, if people are trying to do comedy, they think they've got to be funny. And the trick with a lot of comedies, I'm sure you know, is that you keep a straight face and you play it straight. The second you go, ha ha, this is a funny line, it stops being funny. And there's a bit too much of that, which it takes away from what the underlying story is and makes the rest of the film work. I liked it, and a lot of the audience, there's a lot of cheering. I mean, I think half the audience were probably in it as extras, but what the hey, it was still good fun.
That wasn't the only horror comedy that was on last night, because Grabbers, an Irish horror film, was on last night about monsters. Sort of tentacled, purple, squid-like sea creatures or aliens. It's never quite explained, but that's kind of like a classic sort of midnight movie in the vein of Gremlins and Tremors and Critters. And there's a lot of homages to Jaws, which I quite liked. As, yeah, bowing at the altar of Jaws. It stars Russell Tovey in that. He's also in the closing film this year, which is Tower Block. And that is well, Grabbers is basically a movie that the early word was you really need to see it after consuming a bit of alcohol, which I didn't, but a lot of people did. But I don't think that would have worked either way for me because I didn't think it was too fantastic. Comedy was a bit flat and derivative. I did like the homages to Jaws and some of the classic kind of monster movies, but yeah, it didn't grab me as such, pun intended. But you can find my review of Grabbers on the site now, and also Karen's review of Cockneys vs Zombies, which I don't think we need to go into the plot about because it's kind of obvious.
Yeah,
but
it's worth it though. Yeah, it's you know what you're going to get when you go into it, but it will actually, I think, still surprise people. Because you don't expect to be bloody sweet, and it is in places really sweet, and people say, oh, people aren't really like that. Yes, they bloody are, trust me, I live in the area.
Just without any zombies.
Well,
that's questionable. And we're also going to be doing daily diaries on the site as well, so basically typing it as we see it. So check those out, our daily diaries. Interviews, we've got an interview up with Gemma Powell, who's in The Seasoning House at last night's world premiere. So just keep checking Ain't It Cool for all the coverage you want about Film4 FrightFest 2012. And
tweet us. My handle is at Dr. literally Dr. Karen Oughton, and you are, my darling?
I am at Britgeek AICN, just like most of the AICN writers. But yeah, please do follow us, and if you see us, come chat to us.
Yes, sweet. Come and harass us and we'll do vox pops and all sorts of weird shit with you. It will be fun, trust me.